Well, folks, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a minute or two, and I really, honest to God, needed some two-way therapy today. So we've had a real couple of shitty days of gale force winds and rain, and it's cleared the roads nicely, folks. So I think we'll definitely look forward to the retail therapy today. Right, let's get underway and see see what shenanigans we can get up to today. Back in a sec. There we go, folks. Mobile again. Look at that for a cracking view. That's something else out there. These wee backcountry roads are absolutely fantastic. Even though these are still a bit wet, but the main roads are as dry as hell, which is really nice. Right, so like I was saying, super duper troops, it's been a minute or two. I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastically well. For it's been a rough old 6 weeks or so with the gale force winds and the storms and the Labour government, and that's all I'm going to say about that. For I don't really want to get any more depressed than what the country already is, like, you know. So it's we'll leave that one for the professional trolls online. But yeah, like I say, I hope you're all doing well and keeping your heads above ground and all the funky stuff. But today was just the sort of day where you really had to get out for a bit of a ride. And Jesus, look at that, folks, would you? I mean, these are just wee back roads in the peninsula, like, and the views are absolutely astonishing. They really are. So yeah, I was going to say not lots happening, but you know, life goes forward, shit happens, and all the rest of it. And I've just I've just been reminded, folks, that I am getting older, and I was going to say wiser, but let's face it, any idiot at my age who's riding a bike is not getting any wiser. We're just rediscovering the youth again. So, but I've just been measured up for my first pair of glasses ever. I've been really finding it hard to read stuff up close, and not everything, but certain coloured paper and certain letters, and so I thought I'll do the right thing and go and get my eyes checked. So health-wise, eyes are absolutely fantastic, but all I need is the good old-fashioned reading glasses. So it's official, folks. I'm as old as feck. But sure, it's like the wee man said, for the life I've led and the age I'm at now, he says for the condition of the eyes, they're not doing too bad at all. So you know, I'm thankful for small things, to be honest with you. So that sort of put a downer on me. For to be honest with you, I've been struggling with the whole riding and YouTube and malarkey, folks. I've been planning a trip for May or June. So right, I'll get back to the YouTube thing. Planning. So there's method to my madness, super trips. So the ACT Portugal, I was planning to take 6 days down the ACT and then 5 or 6 days back up again to retrace the N2 for just to get all the bits and pieces I've missed. But because of health and progressively aging, I have decided to do the ACT, the off-road track in the Pyrenees first. For if anything happens, folks, it's easier for me to recover to Bilbao and recover myself home. So I think for the first serious off-roading, I'm going to just keep it short and do the single route in Spain, northern Spain. And again, you know, we're going to get to enjoy the mountains and stuff and all that there. But I'm still deliberating whether to go in May or June. For here's my thinking now. So if I leave it to June, then I get first cut out of the way, and I get my little you know, so that's not a contracting gig. I get my little driving job done with Adam and them for it's. I enjoy that. You know, that's the part of the agriculture I can still involve myself in. You know, I get to drive the tractor and the sideways and whatnot. So I thought we'll get first cut done and then go to Spain, and then, you know, if anything happens to me, then that gives me 6 weeks to recover before second cut. And then again I thought, well, if I go in May, less tourists, I can take my time, but then there's that nagging thing at the back of the head thinking, well son, if you strain yourself you're going to be buggered for first cut. So it's a lesser of two evils, folks. But honestly, just talking about it here now to your good selves, I think I've actually convinced myself I'm going to leave it to June. So, well, there you go. So there's the plan. We're going to go to Spain in June. All right, happy now? I'm happy if you're happy. We're all fucking happy. Oh dear, dear. Holy good God, look at that, folks. The wind's blowing, but look at that for a fucking view. That is something else. Holy Jesus. Sorry for the wind, but it is what it is. Well, here, that'll be a good one for the 360 for later. So yeah, so that's planned for Spain. So yeah, getting back to the whole struggling with the YouTube thing. I was going through the original planning phases for for Portugal. You know, and I'm in the process of getting the drone license, folks. So, you know, I thought I'll get it, but I've still not finished the build on this thing. And then I looked at the channel numbers, and we've had a couple of folks subscribe, and thanks very much for that. But again, I mean, I have less than 500 subscribers, and I mean, if anything happens to me, YouTube will just disappear. And do I really want to spend £1,400–1,500 on a drone just to maybe, I don't know, have one trip out on it and then try and sell it on eBay or something like that there, like, folks, you know? So I'm going to do my license, and I'm going to take it the whole way up through the professional drone pilot's license. And then look at that here. Hang on, rough road, flood. Sure, that's why we're on an enduro bike, folks, and that's why we wear waterproof boots. There we go. There's my first flood. Woohoo! Oh dear Lord. Here, do you know, it's the simple things that keep you amused, trips. It really is. So yes, getting back to the drone. So where was it? Yes, I'll continue on with the full drone license, blah 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 blah. But you know, I am not going to bother my arse buying a drone until I hit 1,000 subscribers. End of. So you know, I had the whole thinking, you know, if you start putting drone shots in, people might find the videos a bit more interesting and blah de blah de blah blah. And then I thought, you know, the feck with it, you know, if they haven't watched the videos by now, then what chance they have for? I mean, there's the Portugal tour. I mean, some of the videos are well over 2,000 views, like, but again, it's YouTube, so you're maybe only getting, what, 3% of the subscribers for the clicks, like, you know, so it's, yeah, so, oh no, oh, look at that, oh, that's a shame, oh, folks, that's somebody's pride and joy that's run aground in the old moorings. I hate to see that, folks. I really, really hate to see that. Oh, that's a crying shame, that is. Oh, hearts and well, hopefully there was nobody on board and she just broke her moorings during the storm. But again, we all knew the storm was coming, so why the fuck didn't you bring it ashore? Oh. Anyway, so yeah, so that was you know, just the deeps. This is getting back to YouTube now. That was just the deep thought of the whole YouTube for, you know. And then I was you know, kicking myself because I haven't been out doing videos. I haven't been out. But then again, folks, I'm a disabled ex-serviceman with a spinal injury, heart condition, fucking thyroid disease and arthritis. I'm not pushing myself to ride. I ride for therapy, to strengthen my back and clear my head of all negativity. So I was able to kick myself on the arse and bring myself round from that as well. So see this fucking concentrating on YouTube, trying to get tick, buy stuff. Nah, bollocks to that. Folks, if I stick with the viewers I have, I will be happy. If I get a few extra, I'll be happy. If I reach 1,000 subscribers ever, and have the ability to buy that wee drone, I will be ecstatic. But until then, I'll just continue on what I'm doing. To be honest with you, that's me finished with the gripe from YouTube. Right, for this wee baby, I still haven't finished the build for what's next. Project 789T. Thank you very much indeed for. I will. Here, folks. That's another Irish fella. He's living in Scotland a minute, but he's another KTM owner, and he's done a lot of work to his stuff, and he's given me some great tips and whatnot for upgrading my wee machine. So thanks for that, buddy, and I'm looking forward. And the first big one will be the front suspension, folks. For this is just the old stock suspension. I've got no adjustability or anything on this. So after the 6th of, is it March? It must be March. After the 6th of March, the first major upgrade will be front suspension. I think it's £750 from the company in England that yourself recommended to me. Oh, hang on, folks, get a fresh air. Oh, hang on. Springy. So that'll be the first major upgrade. And then after that, I'm going to go to two more after that. I've got upgrade the skid plate. For this one's absolutely poo, and I'm going to put a luggage rack and rear lights from some company. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but I'd like a bit more lighting on the back just for today's drivers. And don't even get me started on that. Super trips for see the quality of drivers these days. It is fucking terrifying. I don't know what has happened to Northern Ireland, but the skill level of our drivers has hit rock bottom. And I mean, it's just not the youngsters, folks, but that's my generation as well. I mean, I've seen some calamities on the road the last couple of months, and it's just sheer stupidity on their parts, like, you know. Folks, give me a minute, sir. I'll talk to you once I get through the town. This isn't very picturesque, so give me a minute and we'll get back to you. Oh, and of course I just come all the way up the road there with a fucking indicator on. Nice and dipshit. Do you know, folks, I'm just going to keep talking for I'm on the roll, so we'll keep going. I was going to leave it for the countryside, but I can't be asked. So anyway, yeah, so I mean granted, I grew up in the farm driving, like, you know, so it's and then all my experience abroad and all the bits and pieces there, I mean, from heavy agriculture license to the HGVs, and then the specialist machines within the military, and then back to the two-wheel version, you know. So I mean, I've done a lot of advanced courses and all that stuff, and I'd like to say, I mean, Jesus, I'm not the best driver in the world, but I am confident, and I am incident-free, touchwood, to the state, like, you know. But honest to God, folks, it's just our roads have got faster and stupider and a hell of a lot more dangerous what there ever was. And don't even start on the conditions of the roads, folks, where it's yeah, that's kind of soul depressing too, like, you know. It's just, and to think where all our money has been wasted over the last 4 years, and I'm not going to fucking say where, for that'll only get me ranting like a ranty thing on a ranty day, like, you know. So I shall keep stumph about that one for maybe one day. I will have an absolute fucking blowout about the wastage of our money over the last 4 years, but not today. So So that was yeah, so that was that. So that's why I want to go for Denali T3s on the back. Yeah, just remember what lights they are. And it's just a wee light cluster about that size, and it's just for running light, brake light, and indicators. That's it, you know. So, and then if I do survive Spain, then I'm gonna and this will be autumn job. This one, it'll be the Denali. Is it the T or the D6s? T6 is one of the 6s anyway on the front, but I don't need them for the summer. It's just the other ones for the winteries. So that's so that'll be the upgrades. It'll be the increase in skid plate, and I think I've been talking to the company just to make sure they fit with my crash bars from Moto UK, just to make sure for their heavy skid plate. And eventually, if I put the hard luggage on and go touring, I can always put the centre stand on. So that's me with the heavy plate from Moto luggage rack and lights and suspension. That's the 4 big upgrades I need to get done for skid plates. That's not a necessity, but the other 3 definitely are necessity: suspension and lights and luggage rack. So that's the plan for the upgrades on that. So do you know, I'm busy enough going forward. You know, for a fella that tells himself he hasn't got much to do, you know, we're fucking busy enough, like, you know. So yeah, so that's up to date. You know, it's so what have we covered today? We've covered the glasses, you know, the spectaculars. You know, it's just me getting old, as you do. We've covered the upgrade for the bikes. We've had a bit of rant about the state of the roads. I'm not going to mention .gov, really, for I'll only piss myself off even more. So, and to be honest, we've got this far, folks, you know. So my ranting and raving has definitely soothed the soul for sure. And I mean, you couldn't fault a day like this at all, like, you know. I mean, near enough blue skies. I mean, it's what, I have no idea what the temperature is. It's 11 degrees. I don't care if I'm wrapped up like a fucking sheep, so I'm sweating there. You know, it's yeah, roads are nice and dry, and see, that's one good thing about having a real good downpour and a storm, that you can sort of guarantee, see, for 3 or 4 days afterwards, the roads are nice and grippy and clean. So it's enjoying yourself there, Super Troopers, like, you know. So it's yeah, it's awesome, folks. I've got to say thank you for it. Just since I've started vlogging from the shore, morale's just gone through the roof. It really has. So it's so there's a lot to be said for talking into this funny wee camera thing. Oh, for that was something else I was planning to do. Like, you know, I was going to upgrade to the DJI Action 5 and wireless mics and all that sort of shenanigans, but again, pulled the reins back on that for, again, I mean, I'm only a little fanny channel, like, you know, with but you know, I don't care. I might be a very small channel, but it means I have a hell of a lot of awesome subscribers. It really does. So for that, I am rather internally grateful for, you know, who needs 150,000 subscribers shouting, "Content, I need content, you didn't do this, you did that last week, you fuck off." You know, so it's so it's awesome sauce, Super Troopers. It's awesome sauce. Here we go. This will be wet and slicky, for it always is, for there's a bit of a river overflow or something there. It's either, or the pipe's been burst for like 30 years, but sure, it is what it is. But Super Troopers, that is all I have for you today. It truly is. I have covered all topics I wanted to cover. I have griped where I've wanted to gripe, and I have managed to catch up on letting you know that I'm still alive and kicking. So with that in mind, Super Troopers, oh, here, one more thing before I go. I don't know if it's coming across in the mic and that lovely drone from my new exhaust, but and bikers, you're going to know, you'll understand this more than most. I'm going to have to put the baffle back in. I removed the baffle just for that louder growl, but I seem to be getting barked at a hell of a lot more by the dogs, so I'm going to put the baffle back in just to quieten her down a wee bit and to see if I get less barked at for sure. But there you go. But folks, again, thank you so much for letting me vent, vlog and do all the rest of the jazz on this super duper wee channel of mine. And also thank you so much for subscribing from the start, like, you know, and just stick with us, folks, for eventually I'll get out and I'll get a bit more touring done and all the rest of the jazz, like, you know. But in the meantime, we'll have our little vloggy ranty type things on days like this where you cannot go wrong. So for now, folks, look after yourselves, get out, have fun, keep your head above ground if you can. And the most important thing is, don't let the feckers get you down. Folks, toodly pips for now, and we'll see you really soon. Bye bye. And thanks again for everything.